Welcome to episode 3 of oSex. I am one of the two hosts, DJ. This is the other one, Karen.
Hi, everybody.
oSex stands for opposite sex. Of course, not some weird sex practice that is part of the Kama Sutra. Anyway,
He's not that flexible.
I've never even touched my toes.
Keep going.
Anyway, we have four, count them, 4 great questions today. And we're ready to get into them. Sex, love, relationships, anything really.
Yeah, so text the romance back.
Yes, our show is sponsored by romance-text.com. Looking to reignite the passion in your relationship, check out romance-text.com. It's about sending text messages to your lover.
To ignite.
Lover, one of the 3 words I never say, lover, moist, and the C word, except I love saying the C word. But only in anger and only towards women.
Terrible.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Right.
So anyway, we are about to get started. But by the way, visit our sponsor, romance-text.com. Okay, first to start off the show, we have Karen with a
dating don't.
Go ahead.
This actually happened to me a couple weeks ago.
Sorry, we're not supposed to do that on camera.
I went out with this gentleman. He seemed really, really nice. He was actually kind of cute. We sat down. We're at this bar. And as the date progressed, there was just this smell that just kept coming from across the table. And it's that, it's that rank, hot gas smell that you get when you have eaten a lot of bad food.
Drank a lot of whiskey.
Or like draft beer or something like that. Anyway, I had found out that this date had had a bender in Las Vegas for 4 days prior to our date.
Oh my God.
So my dating don't is it's probably best to give yourself a couple of days to detox after a Vegas trip before going out on a date.
Just to make sure we're clear, he was farting on the date.
Yes.
And it was obvious and it was smelling.
It was obvious it was him because he got up to use the restroom no less than 5 times on this date.
He was going to the bathroom to fart.
I don't know what he was doing to go. I mean, I didn't ask like, hey, 1 or 2. I didn't ask those specifics, but I do know that it was traveling with him back and forth from the table, and it was just very off-putting.
I could assume so, and it's like you're dating a sulfur factory.
It completely was. It was gross. And I guess the funny part about it was, everything was fine. He was a nice guy, but I had no interest in seeing this guy ever again.
I've never farted in front of a woman until date 2. then I release the Kraken.
I was gonna say release the Kraken.
Yeah, no, I don't do it until we've moved in and she can't leave.
Smart.
Yeah.
Anyway, this guy was completely shocked that I didn't want to go out with him again because he was so charming. So anyway, that's my dating don't.
That's amazing.
Let's not fart. Not on date 1 anyway.
No.
Save it for date 2.
To get some Beano and take care of it.
I don't even know if Beano would have knocked this out.
No.
He had a demon.
Okay.
All right, so let's get started. Our first question is brought to us by name Chronic Female Masturbator.
Can I say I appreciate you spelling masturbate correctly? We have so many questions that come in with masturbate spelled.
Okay.
I need to move on. Go ahead.
All right. So the question is, hi, I masturbate a lot. In fact, I will randomly wake up in the night and start masturbating. It is my therapy. But alas, my clitoris and labia is rubbed raw. It is starting to hurt. Should I stop or continue with the pleasure that comes with the aftermath of pain? Okay. Well, couple things. Are you using lube?
If in the middle of the night, probably not.
Probably not, but something's, I think that if you're hurting yourself, you should probably invest in some lubrication. But more importantly, not that I'm saying that what you're doing is okay. If you're chronically masturbating, you should probably look at the cause. What is causing you to do this? I mean, so you're waking up in the middle of the night. Is something perhaps causing you? Is it anxiety? Maybe you have some stress in your life. This is obviously your way of soothing yourself. So you should probably explore that and maybe look at some alternate ways to soothe thyself.
Can I tell you a personal story?
I love personal stories.
So when I was married, oftentimes, I was sleeping with my wife, of course, every night, and oftentimes, I would say probably twice a week, I'd wake up, I'd be half asleep, I'd wake up, and this primal urge would come over me to want to ravish my wife. The problem is I was half asleep, so I would start the process, I would get all, and then about 2 minutes into the process of wanting to ravish her, I would pass out again, and she would be so angry. So she never got the pleasure. So I think there's a part of people that get awoken, this primal urge while we're sleeping, but it is some form of self-soothing. So what I would recommend is chronicling your dreams. Keep a little journal next to your bed. If you don't know what dream preceded waking up and feeling the need to do that, then you could obviously see, oh, it's a certain type of dream, and then you can learn other ways of self-soothing. I will wake up sometimes and I'm stroking my arms. This is very common, by the way. I know this sounds weird. I'm stroking my arms, and I've met people that do the same thing, and it's probably a version of that.
Where are you meeting these people?
Internet chat rooms.
I knew it.
Okay, so
moving on.
Moving on. All right, next question, another anonymous question. Why do so few females feel the need to wrap it up when providing service to their dates? And why are guys so unfamiliar with the risks to females that they, guys, may not be aware of carrying? Being an adult on the dating scene is scary. So just to make sure we're clear on this, she's talking about oral sex and why are so few females feel the need to protect their date or protect themselves using a condom when giving oral sex to their partner. Because I think right now we're still somewhat uneducated about HPV and how that is one of the things that is transmitted through oral sex. And everyone needs to be aware of the risks, especially to women, of HPV. It can cause cervical cancer and all sorts of throat cancer and all sorts of terrible things.
Did you just make that up? The throat cancer part?
No, it's for real.
Huh.
Yeah. See? Uneducated.
I didn't know. But I do know you can get herpes that way. Herpes is transmitted that way. Also, any form of sexually transmitted disease, STD, can be transmitted through oral. And I would also like to say that this goes for guys too. Dental dams are real, and they also need to be used. I think that people probably don't think about this because normally, people just think, oh, when you're practicing safe sex, you just, cover the. But, yeah, it's all forms.
I think
sex is sex.
Yes, and I think a lot of people aren't planning out the sexual experience prior to it happening. So it's not like, well, first I'm going to kiss your neck, and then I'm going to work my way down your body. It's not discussed, obviously, ahead of time, and then, therefore, it's hard to prepare if you haven't thought it through.
Yes.
So what's the solution here?
I think the solution is you should probably have a piece of latex on hand as soon as you start unbuttoning a pant.
Now, see, we're doing a live show, so, well, it's taped, but live in the sense we're not doing any cuts. And so it's hard for us to Google this, but I was talking about this on a date I was on last night. I said, do you Google, instead of asking dumb questions, do you just Google everything? She goes, yeah, because I don't want to bother people. So what I want you guys to do, instead of taking our word for any of this HPV stuff, because I'm not entirely sure how it all works.
He makes stuff up on the fly.
Yeah, but you can confirm or refute any of my statements by just Googling how is HPV transmitted, what are the risks of it being transmitted, because if a man has it,
Yeah, I'm not convinced on the throat cancer part.
I could be wrong. Google it. Google it. And
Soaking poles causes throat cancer.
Whoa. All right. So
Woo! Moving on.
moving on.
All right. This is wow. I'm just really lucky with all these masturbating questions. This is from JP. Is it cool to masturbate in front of an impotent husband who cannot get off at all? It seems mean, and although I ask him to get involved, he declines, causing me to feel guilty. I know it is bad, but I have often thought of taking a lover.
That's one of my 3 words. Lover.
Lover. Lover.
Okay, so is it cool for a woman to masturbate in front of her partner, or husband, rather, who can't seem to get off?
Well, I think, the most important question is he enjoying this?
And I think there's a good chance that he is or would enjoy this. I know that there are times when men just aren't in the particular mood. It sounds like he is not able to perform. So if I was unable to perform, would I want my partner to do that? Absolutely, because I would feel guilty that I was unable to service her in the way that she deserves.
Plus, it's, a way of actually staying involved with each other. Even though, one person's doing all the work and the other person's just watching, it's still a together activity.
It's connecting, it's intimate, and it is something that that you can share.
I agree.
However, what should the husband? Well, we can't.
Yeah, she's saying she feels guilty about it. And she's considering taking a lover. I do not recommend ever taking a lover outside of a marriage. Unless, both parties are completely consenting.
Yeah.
It is something that is completely discussed and is okay with both parties. Again, boundaries must be set. But as far as taking lovers outside of marriages, I have a very strong opinion about that.
Yeah, it's, I think, generally not a good idea.
No, it is not.
Even with discussions and boundaries, it's probably not going to end up well.
Probably not.
Although I'm a Midwestern boy, so I don't have.
I am too. I'm so sheltered.
So yeah, is it cool to masturbate? I would say communication is critical in this particular scenario, and to make sure that you say, I feel guilty when I do this and you're unable to do this. And then he might say, don't feel guilty. It's something that at least.
I love it.
I love it.
It's hot.
Well, he's impotent. But maybe in his mind it's hot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So,
it's hot.
All right. So,
all right.
Keep going. Keep doing it.
Whoop, whoop.
Last question. This is a long one, so I will paraphrase from. By the way, if you would like to submit your questions, right at our website, thoughtsfromparis.com, you can submit questions to us. Please do. We love to read them and get them answered. Okay, so here is from Stella. If your significant other is caught using internet sex chat rooms, is this considered betrayal? I know it's not like he went out and did the wild thing with another woman. However, wild thing. Tom Moak just collapsed on stage recently. It was very sad. It's not like he's been out there having cheating, but I take this chatting sex stuff very personal. It feels to me like he's cheating. He says he will stop, but caught several times, realized he believes it's innocent. It's just an extension of pornography to him, but he is talking to a real person. I feel betrayed, angered, confused, and we have a good sex life. Why does he do this? I dread catching him again, and then I will have to leave him, and that's what I said would be a deal breaker. So she says, I'm not a prude, but this is a problem. This is classic addiction behavior.
Yeah.
Addictive, absolutely. He's being secretive. He seems unable to stop, and he has, according to her, a good sex life with his wife. So what's missing? What's going on here? He's an addict, in my opinion, very simple. So he needs to get into some form of treatment. My opinion is going to SA, which is SAA.
Sexual Anonymous?
Sex Addicts Anonymous is,
or SAA?
It's something like that. Or just going to see a therapist and figure out what is going on. Why does he feel the need to get attention from women when he has a great, apparently a good sex relationship?
So would you say that this is a sex addiction?
Yes.
A form of sex addiction?
Yes.
A form of sex addiction.
He is giving his sexual energy away to an invisible fantasy person.
Would this be the same as going to a strip club? Because a lot of guys don't tell their wives that they do that.
Yeah, but you're not having a true sexual experience with. I'd say anything that's a secret is bad when it relates to sex. I would say that well, here's a bigger question: is this cheating?
I think it is.
Okay.
Because there's it's something that he's doing with someone other than his wife.
Yes. Yeah, and not only that, but he's lying about it.
And he's lying about it. I think that's cheating.
So what does she need to do?
I think that she needs to ask him to see a relationship counselor, maybe a therapist. They need to explore this and the why.
And she needs to explore her anger, and I don't mean resolve her anger. I mean acknowledge and embrace the anger that she should have. In my opinion.
It sounds to me like she's pretty angry.
Good. Continue to be angry because this person is violating a boundary, and anger is appropriate when defending a boundary. So I think that is.
You sound so professional when you.
You said anger. Don't let this guy. I would say that this is very sad.
I think so too. I didn't really necessarily want to end this program on a somber note, but yeah, it is a little sad.
And the thing with addiction is you may need to. Oh, I will say this. I believe that a relationship is only healthy when both partners have the freedom to leave each other in the event that something like this were to happen. So if you need, so that's what we would call a healthy relationship, because both people are independent enough not to allow somebody who's violating consistently boundaries to warp the relationship, as it were. So if you need to leave, prepare the event in that event.
Okay.
Agreed?
So I think that's some great advice.
Solved. Done.
Oh, I guess in Vegas we go.
I've never understood that. What is that?
It's, the dealer's wrapping it up.
It's I didn't palm a chip or something? What is that?
Well, it's like I've got nothing here.
Oh, is that what it means?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought
it's a dealer like.
I thought it was a thing to show the eye in the sky that you weren't palming a chip.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's all about stealing and whatnot. But I think I get a little props for ending and finishing on a Vegas note.
Yes, I did not mean to take away from your lovely.
I just rolled the dice there.
Yeah.
In case you didn't see that.
And let the dice stay hot. So, and by the way, look at us color coordinated.
Totally not prepared.
Although this is actually purple, this is actually blue, as it looks, as it were. But obviously.
I think we look like a catalog.
Yeah, more like but not one of the sexy ones like Abercrombie, like JCPenney's.
It is. We're more JCPenney.
By the way, we'd love it if JCPenney were a sponsor.
That would be cool. I love window treatments.
So
I'm terrible.
I just like the Jacqueline Bisset collection.
My God.
Or is that not that? I might have made that up. But somebody had a collection.
I think that's Kmart, but Cindy Crawford is at JCPenney.
By the way, I just saw a picture of her yesterday,
yeah.
And she is so incredibly beautiful still. It is absolutely remarkable. She's got to be what, late 40s? Early 50s? Yeah, she is absolutely beautiful.
Well, if I could afford to lay back and drink mineral water and get facials every day, I'd probably look awesome too.
You already look.
Aww.
You look very, very pretty. Everyone knows it. But I also can hold my own. If you would like to date me, just write in.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning into the show. Lastly, visit our sponsor, romance-text.com. We will be back shortly with another episode. Send in your questions, relationship, sex, love, marriage, anything. related to your personal life, we would love to talk about, help you in that capacity. So with that being said, Karen,
I have nothing to say.
so we're signing off. Thank you so much for listening. And I will take the D out of my mouth. And
take that cock out of your mouth, son.
And we will see you next time. And bye.
Bye.